and we made a purchase of 10% of Intel. We got it for the right price. And we made approximately $72 billion on that deal.
When the government starts owning different parts of the free market, that's called communism, ladies and gentlemen. The Trump administration admitted in court that it canceled billions of dollars in federal funding based solely on whether a state voted for Trump. Don't forget, like I said, to hit the like button and subscribe on your way in. Right now, we're gonna move over to the Republicans and their complete and utter idiotic narrative that Democrats are trying to bring in communism, right? And this is Lara Trump talking with Caroline Levitt. And let's listen to what they have to say. I mean, it's like they can't stop talking about this. Listen.
Fox News polling shows that Democrats have a favorable opinion of socialism over capitalism by a large majority.
And now, like you heard what she said, right? Democrats have a favorable opinion over socialism, right? Now, when I tell you that MAGA are that DUMB, I'm not joking with you. What does the poll say? Look at what the poll says. Socialism, Democrats are 52% in favor of it. Now, watch what happens.
As opposed to Republicans who have, by about 50 points, more favorable view of capitalism over socialism. What do you make of those numbers? And what would your message be maybe to independent voters who are looking at these two parties as we head towards the midterms? You have one party, the Republican Party, obviously capitalists, free market people who want you to be able to keep more of your own money.
Now, that's the thing about the capitalists and the capitalist system. Yes, you can make a lot of money. And in this system, what's going on, it's literally the game of Monopoly. If you've ever played the game of Monopoly, it literally teaches you what capitalism is when unchecked. When there's no checking, there's no regulations, there's no rules, there's no taxing. That's what happens. It turns into India or Russia. I don't know if you guys know about that. Now, India is way more powerful than Russia. They've got 2 billion people over there. But Russia is literally the only people that have money in that country now are the oligarchs. That's it. And in India, the same thing. It literally, it runs dry when you take all the money from the bottom and it goes to the top, and that's it. That's where we're heading to in this country, okay? But let's continue so that you guys can understand. When I say that they have no idea what communism and socialism is, you cannot make this up. Listen.
Then you have the Democrats on the other side who basically are taken over by socialists.
Totally. The Democrat Party has totally capitulated to the communists within their ranks.
You see what I'm talking about? Everybody, you see how DUMB this woman is? They're both as dumb as stumps, right? But like, just understand, the poll is about socialism. But what does she say? Yeah, no, I totally see what's going on. They're being taken over by communists. It's a completely different system. They don't have anything to do with each other, but yet that's what they're equivocating it to. And they're using it to try to scare the American people. But you see, there's many channels like mine that are way bigger than me. I mean, like hundreds of thousands and millions of people like Midas Touch. We just watched Ben Meisalis, and they're educating people on what's actually happening. So this shit is not working. Of course, it works with MAGA DUMEs though, right? I mean, they believe anything. Like you could tell them anything and they will believe it. All you got to do is just like tell Donald Trump to say it, and then they're going to believe it no matter what. But we know what the truth is. But let's continue here with this Caroline Levitt and Lara Trump talking about this threat of communists.
Communism has never worked, and it's very scary that a major political party in this country, the Democrat Party, is being controlled by communists.
So, I mean, we're not going to go any further than that. I just wanted to prove the point to you guys that that's what they do. They continue to make socialism look like communism because they don't know what one is or one is not. They have no idea what the difference is between the two. But when it comes to communism, the Communist Party is everybody is the same. The government controls everything. So let's go right over here to Donald Trump. And like I say to you guys, when it comes to Donald Trump and the Republican Party, and they're all accomplices in this, Donald Trump is very communist himself, right? And this is him talking about how he got 10% of Intel. Who's owning that? Who is he the president of the United States owning 10% of Intel? Listen,
50% by the time this term is over. We're going to have probably 50% of the chip market. A year ago, when we began, we had no chip market.
so the chip market, just so you guys understand, we're nowhere near that. We got 20% of the chip market back because of Joe Biden's CHIPS Act. That's what happened. But Bobo here does not know that at all. But let's continue.
We had virtually none other than Intel. We had Intel. And we made a purchase of 10% of Intel. We got it for the right price. And we made approximately $72 billion on that deal.
Now, there's nowhere near that amount of money that anybody has made. $72 billion of on a 10% ownership stake by the government in Intel did not happen. But this is what this guy does. He lies through his teeth about everything.
So it was good. Do I get credit for that one? No.
No, yeah, you do get credit. You know what it's called? It's called communism. That's what that's called. When the government starts owning different parts of the free market, that's called communism, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, that's what that's called. That's not called socialism. That's called communism. That's Donald Trump talking about how he took over 10% of one of the companies, and he's not done. There's way more than that as well. But let's continue. This is Donald Trump in his communistic ways going after our law firms, right? This is Donald Trump going after our law firms. And what does he do? He signs an executive order, doesn't even know what he signed here. This idiot on the side here is the one who's going to explain to him what he's signing. But what is it that communist parties do? Communists, they take over everything. They control everything. What did I say? They control the media. Who does Donald Trump want to control? The media. They control all the law firms. Who does Donald Trump want to control? The law firms. They buy all the companies. They control all the companies. Like it's what communism does. And this is Donald Trump once again showing his communistic behaviors by restricting law firms and other aspects.
Your administration has made it a priority both to end lawfare and the weaponization of government, and also to hold those who have engaged in lawfare accountable.
Also, one of the things that communists do is they go after their political opponents. They don't allow anybody to have any dissent whatsoever. Who's doing that right now with this executive order? Who's doing that? Is it Democrats doing that? Have you ever seen a Democrat do anything like this? No, you've never, ever seen anything like this from any Democrat. But there goes Donald Trump, and he's signing the executive order because he wants to go after his adversaries.
One of the law firms that has been involved in that is called Perkins Coie. That's also a law firm that has engaged in unlawful DEI practices. This executive order will suspend security.
And I've watched it take place.
And they love this DEI too. Like he just throws that in there, unlawful DEI practices. Like what the f are you talking about? That doesn't even have anything to do with what they're doing here. But he throws it in there because he knows that the MAGA DUMs in my audience and other places love that kind of shit, bro. They just love it. Listen.
This executive order will suspend security clearances and access to certain federal resources for that law firm, and also launch a holistic review of unlawful DEI practices at some of the nation's largest law firms.
Now, you probably just heard what he said, and you're thinking to yourself, what the f does that have to do with each other? Nothing. Nothing. It's just language that they use to continue to try to scare the American people, because with MAGA, the DUMest people on the planet, it works. You see how this works, ladies and gentlemen? Let's continue, though. There's more. Another thing that communists do is they punish people that have any dissent. If you disagree with them, they're coming after you. And Donald Trump, shout out to all the places in blue states that voted for Donald Trump, because you can see here Bernie Sanders says the Trump administration admitted in court that it canceled billions of dollars in federal funding based solely on whether a state voted for Trump. Who does that other than Donald Trump? Communists. That's who does that. But you can see that's what he's doing now, right? Like you're not going to be able to find these examples with Democrats and Democrat presidents or Democrats, period. This has never happened ever in our country's history until now, right? Like this is what's going on in our country. By the way, like and subscribe on your way in if you haven't done so already. This is Steffelson, who says Republicans have manipulated their ignorant and gullible voters into believing that getting anything in return for taxes they pay is evil socialism. That's exactly right, Steffelson. They've been training their people like that for decades now. And they love to call them what do they say? Entitlements. Entitlements, right? Like if you pay your entire career into Social Security, that's an entitlement that they have to give it back to you now. You done paid for it though, right? Didn't you? All the taxes that you pay for all the things that the government should be taking care of, but we can't because there's not enough money coming in anymore because of all the tax cuts that the Republicans have given all the richest people on the planet. We don't have enough money. We don't have the money. You know what I'm saying? Like, we only have $2 trillion, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, I don't know if you know this, but we only have $2 trillion. Now, I know you're thinking, God damn, that's a lot, Daniel. Yeah, that's a lot of money. I know. For one person like Elon Musk. But we, the bottom 90%, pay attention to what I'm saying here. The bottom 90% of this country only has $2 trillion of the $170 trillion in this country. Isn't that something? It's just getting worse. It's getting worse and worse and worse. The bottom 90%. And if you don't believe me, Elon Musk, who we're about to watch right now, literally by himself has more money than the bottom 52% of the country by himself. The bottom 52% of our country does not have enough money to cover what Elon Musk himself has. It's doing nothing but get worse in this country